Right. Alright, so any relic things I wanted to do, I always wanted to do on stream. We got way more shit to do though, so. Okay, so here. Let's see if any of these, nope. Alright.
String numbers.
May our journey be free of troubles and lead us starward.
Do not worry. As you wish.
Tormented doubt, farewell.
Wilt hear.
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Embrace a new life. Return to dust. May death protect us.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
As you wish.
How's this taste?
Wilt hear.
Like a comfort. Tormented doubt, farewell.
As you wish. Embrace a new life. Darkness with me. May death protect us.
Shit. Shit. Keep going.
My friends? Indulge yourselves! Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Yeah, chat. One of the reasons I want to even get Hyacinth is just because, like, in all of Honkai, I've never gone for the 5-star abundance. It's always been 5-star preservation.
May death protect us.
but I really don't know how like far I'd even go with that. Because Cypher is nihility, but Cypher I'm probably gonna invest more on the Asia ult than I am on this counter today. So we'll see.
How's this taste? My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Embrace a new life.
Like, it truly is looking
Darkness
that
with me.
everything people are hating with Castris is like people just bitching and moaning. That's kind of what it feels like.
May death protect us.
Is it great? No, but they haven't really stepped over the line. It's like we're afraid of them stepping over the line. We told them we're afraid of them stepping the line, but they haven't actually done it yet. It's like, for me, it's like me telling my students, okay, like, do not do this type of thing. I know it's something you could do, but if you do it, know that I'm not gonna.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
You're gonna regret it.
Time to mix things up.
Embrace a new life. Return to dust.
What's up, Julian? How's it going? I actually get to work on relics for
Watch over you. And guide
once,
you on your path.
or not once. Like, I got all my chores done over the last couple of months.
Indulge yourselves!
Serenity is before me.
As you wish. Wiltier. Embrace a new life. Darkness with me.
But I think the amount of impulse control I had for the last couple months is honestly like shocking for me.
I've heard the call.
So I kind of don't care.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
Return to dust.
Discard. Alright, came close. Alright, honestly, today is not the day. I'm going through all this shit today. It just isn't. I don't have the time, and I'd rather it just be moving on. I'll do relics probably more tomorrow. And again, I'm gonna try to get my friend to just like try to do a morning workout, like Thursday or Friday. Because honestly, I would prefer like workout Friday, and just enjoy the rest of my vacation. Because it's like doing it tomorrow is just like a pain. I'm 40 pulls into the light code for my Europe account. Yeah, no, I'm good on impulse control. I'll summon for an Axa when he comes out. But again, now outside of double drops, I only work on traces when it's for a new character. I don't need to work on it for any other time ever. So hopefully in the future, like, especially because 3.2 had like multiple other shit going on, like hopefully like I actually get things like leveled off rip. And then once everything is like good and settled, we'll start doing randomized divergence and probably just start uploading those to YouTube, like full runs. Because like out of every other character, like Arlen kind of just went up in stock. because of what the fuck is Secret Vow? Okay, no, honestly, I actually just forgot what account I was on for a second. Like, I'm here, and then I also forgot what I was doing the last few days. So I forgot what account I was on. Yeah, okay. So, we're on the alt. Surprise, surprise. While I was doing things yesterday, I actually got shit done and got a bunch of traces actually done. This is not where I thought it was gonna be.
Any justification?
That's
More
64% for all the
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
We'll see.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
She looks to be different than Wolf, and I'm all for that, even though both are 5-star quantum ability. They obviously are probably going to play very different because 3.0 supports and even 2.0 have always been like doing like actual damage, not purely
here,
support.
Why not have a meal before you leave?
On the still waters of oblivion, I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
But we'll see like where I go for Eidolons and all that stuff.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Spend freely.
Again. Destined for oblivion.
Let me see if Cypher works for Acheron.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old
Technically
counterattack.
speaking, if she is like can go even
Since you're
faster
already
than
here,
Pella does,
Why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed.
and she has like she could like basically if she can attack more than Pella, and she is able to debuff more than Pella,
Net
then
markers
like she has a
activated. Time for
place.
a good old counterattack.
No, whether or not like the skill point economy is gonna be good or not, that's something that we have to test for. But fact of the matter is, like, Acheron is always going to be limited by like what other characters in the game. And if Hoyo doesn't want to release 4 stars, it's always going to be limited
Net
by the
markers
5
activated.
stars
Time
they
for a good old
release.
counterattack.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Oh, I trade the new APOC? Yep, I beat it
Bust.
already.
Or maybe I'll take it off.
Spoiler alert, Tribby works better with not Acheron, with the Herda than the Herda works with Robin. Who would be surprised? Oh, hold up. We're done? Or, oh, that's why. Okay. We're actually gonna get, like, make sure this is all done. Yeah, no, keep going. All this energy is gonna go to here. Like, this account, I'm determined to make Acheron as good as I, like, probably can make her. Like, without having to go into DOT. But main account is, like, DOT and Acheron is there, too. Right, keep going. Pretty much all the energy.
Any justification here for you to unsheath your blade, Emanator?
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
A little more heat. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Again?
More seasoned.
I have to skip Acorn E1 overall because getting an axle on my all on elemental coverage.
It's on me.
What do you mean by that? Anaxa is gonna help your elemental coverage.
Since you're already here, why not have a
Like
meal
a
before
win
you leave?
DPS,
I weep for the departed.
or he's gonna help enable you
It
break
too shall
all
fall.
elements. Because what it sounds like is what Silverwolf is gonna have over Anaxa
Net markers
is that
activated.
Silverwolf
Time for a good old
puts the
counterattack.
res down and Anaxa doesn't. Like he lets you break, he does not let you like do
Bust.
way more damage.
Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Because like unlike
Net markers
defense
activated.
down,
Time for a
which
good
is
old
like
counterattack.
usually 0 to 100, res down is usually like
I weep
negative
for the
40
departed.
to like trying to get to 100.
It too shall fall.
So it's like it's usually not because of how the characters are built, it's how the game is built that res shred usually fights. Like if you're
Since you're already
ideally
here,
you'll go like
Why not have a
0
meal
to
before you
100,
leave?
but worst conditions you're gonna have to go like way beyond 100 to get like full effect on res
It's
shred.
just a tween on
But
the
like obviously that's having
Destined
negative
for oblivion.
res shred or having a damage reduction
I
is
weep
like
for the
and turning
departed.
that into a damage
It too shall fall.
bonus is obviously going to affect your damage way more than you think. And have a good air edition for 5-star and 4-star. Kind of feel bad for her to E0 S0. I think I think the Herda, it's more you have to build your erudition supports to support her than the other way around. Because like people were making like really good use of Serval, even though I didn't shift to doing that, even though I probably could have. Like it's more just like if I was gonna do it, I wanted to still be doing damage and be just super fast. But that's just me. Like I kind of want characters to do more than one role if possible. Like not have to share relic sets. Like they're just like I build them and they just do whatever I want them to do. All right. Traces. Okay. Almost done. It's almost done. And yeah. Keep going.
Any justification here for you?
More seasoned. Since you're
The
already
thing
here,
you have to note
why not
is
have a
like with
meal
tier
before you
lists,
leave?
they always are balanced around the current problem,
I
not the
weep for the
overall
departed.
game.
It too shall fall.
But because Hoyo balances the overall game around the new characters, that's where the issue lies with the tier lists. I think Hoyo games are always more subjective to like the term meta
For oblivion.
than even what you would expect from most
Like
gachas.
that. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Network
Yes,
is
no.
activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Yes, no, I agree with the S0 part.
It's on me.
It's one of the things like next why I'm not gonna go for an Axis Lyco in this patch.
Still
I want to
lies.
like start saving up currency to like maybe get the
Network
Herna's
is activated.
S1
Time for a good old
because
counterattack.
I thought that her not having light cone would be fine.
I weep for the
Um,
departed.
When you are in Sim Universe and you're spamming this shit out of the Erudition
Since you're
path,
already here,
not having that
meal
light
before you
cone
leave.
is a pain in the fucking
Network is
ass.
activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Not being to always do her E1 is just
maybe
like,
I'll
or
take it
not
off.
E1, her
Watch your
enhanced skill. That's what I mean. Enhanced skill, like when she gets AV'd is just annoying. Like I thought I
weep
could
for
deal
the
with it.
departed. It too
I
shall
can't deal
fall.
with it.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
But I think
Network is
Anax says a
activated.
hard
Time
bait.
for a good old counterattack.
I don't know. Like because it really depends on what you want. Like when you think Erudition, and if it's like
Destined
huge
for
boss where they're just constantly summoning minions, you not being able to break that big boss's shield is the like probably gonna be the bane of your existence.
Network is activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
More seasoned. Since you're already here,
Like, do
why
I
not
think
have a
Silver
meal before
Wolf
you
needs to be
leave?
buffed because Anaxa exists? Absolutely.
I weep for the departed.
There's no contest to that.
It too shall
Um,
fall.
But at the same time, the Silver Wolf again
Ready for
provides
another?
Red Shred
Network is
to
activated. Time
negate
for a
the
good
fact
old
that you're doing
counterattack.
off element or at least partially do it. From what I've heard about Anaxa, he does not do that. He does the
Stillwater's
implant. He
oblivion.
does not do Red Shred, which people also need to
No
remember
tricks.
why exactly
I weep for
Firefly
the
was as
departed.
good as she was. Because she made
It too
Linksha
shall fall.
and Gallagher both pop the fuck off. Which is why
Since you're
I'm
already
glad
here,
I did not.
why
go
not have
for
a meal
Linksha.
before you leave?
Network is activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
And even Firefly
More
was
heat.
like, was a luck sack.
Spend freely.
Like Firefly, like if you had Ruin May, was probably one of the biggest luck sacks you could ever get. While
Network is
if you
activated.
didn't
Time
have
for a
her,
good old
like
counterattack.
it falls off a cliff. Like I think Firefly is the reason
weep for the
Ruin May
departed.
was one of the characters
It too
brought
shall
forward
fall.
because like without her, like Super Break does not feel great. Speaking as someone that has
Since you're
used
already
Super
here,
Break
why not
with
have
and
a
without
meal
Ruin
before
May,
you
it
leave?
feels like shit. Well, like without Fugue is like definitely different. Like Fugue depends, like
No
changes
dirty
like
tricks,
different characters
Watch your
that
head.
benefit. Not Super
Bust.
Break. Fugue, is, yeah,
Or
Fugue is
maybe I'll
Break,
take
not
it
Super
off.
Break. But
Destined
Fugue
for
stacks
oblivion.
with Super Break.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Net markers activated. Time for good old
Yeah, no,
counterattack.
100% agree. Acheron needs Lycone.
Since you're already
Honkai
here,
is pretty much
why not have
like,
a meal before you
with
leave?
recent changes, they're kind of just saying like, yeah, no, Lycone kind of matters for some of these characters. Whether you need E1 or S1
Still
kind of
waters
depends
of
on the
oblivion.
character, but for a lot of them, it is S1 that matters more than E1. All right, let's see where Zhao Cho's going. Like Zhao Cho specifically, like, do you want his E1 S1? Kinda. Do you need it? No. Like he like you can use him with a bunch of other shit. But would it help if you had it to give yourself more room to grow, to breathe when it comes to Acheron specifically? Because you need multiple. You need a lot of Nihility Lycones to make it work. Like, if you're a new player and you only have, like, one working one, you're kind of shit out of luck. Again, like, FGO, I feel, is, like, more user-friendly. If you're just starting Honkai, it definitely is not. Like, it rewards you having a, like, playing the game for longer, more than FGO does. Like, FGO kind of like started rewarding you for playing
Any
longer, like a couple of
justification
years
here
ago.
for you to
Like, relatively speaking.
More seasoned.
Net markers
I would say
activated.
with
Time
7th
for good old
anniversary, that was
counterattack.
like the big one. Like,
I wait for
where
the part.
if you played for X amount of time
It too shall
and you
fall.
have most of the characters in game, hey, you get most of them like a full
Since
pair
you're
of
already
kitty.
here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Like Jao shows E0, S0, like, but there are a lot of good free-to-play Lycones for Jao
Destined
Show.
for oblivion.
Like, especially the one from
I weep for the
her
departed.
shop. For farming, that thing is like OP as shit.
Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
spend freely?
On the still waters of oblivion.
That's something I think
Ready for
people
Net markers activated. Time for good old
do kind
counterattack.
of sleep on for Honkai is like farming teams,
Since you're already here,
just because like you're
why not have a
actually
meal
able to
before you
pay
leave?
to bypass
I
the
weep for the
farming.
departed.
FGO, you're not able to pay to
It too shall
bypass
fall.
farming. Like, you pay to farm more, you don't pay to skip farming.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Yeah,
for
and
oblivion.
again, that's kind of how gacha games go. You have to like commit to what you commit
Net
to.
markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
What like how you start playing the
I
game
weep
is
for
kind
the
of how you have to keep playing the game, or you will
It too
fall
shall
off.
fall.
Like the start of Honkai was so fucking rough for me
since you're already
because
here,
Sela
have a
Sela
meal
did not
before
want to
you
drop. Well, for someone like M-Tash who got like E2 S1 Sela,
No dirty tricks.
like at the start of the game, he was fucking set. Like
No dirty tricks, alright.
On the still
most
waters
of my
oblivion.
copies of Bailu's Lycone came from the start of the fucking
Net
game.
markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
That's how rough of a start I had.
I weep for the departed.
I would say at least 2 copies came from the first
too shall
2
fall.
months of the game. Like, I should have re-rolled, but, like, I don't like, re-rolling on main. I kind of like, just like, letting the dice roll. Okay, so if I do one more run, then I don't need it yet, no. Just Just do one more run. And then reset. We'll do 3 at a time now. Slow it down.
Any justification?
A little more
No,
heat.
this is into Gina.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counter.
Honestly, like, free to play really depends. Like, how much do you care about the game? Like, I always truly think that like gacha games are so predatory towards people with gambling addictions and not only gamble addictions, but people that cannot wait.
Since you're already here,
People
why
that
not have a meal
do
before
not
you
like
leave?
just want to play one
I weep
game
for the
and
departed.
they don't want to like branch out and do other stuff because they might forget about it. That's what gacha games
No
like
dirty tricks.
really like focus on. It's like if you forget about a gacha game, like you're falling behind.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it
So
all.
it's like it's either you invest in the series or you don't. Like that's their barrier to entry.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Exactly, gacha games. They do research on that. They love players like you because you're the type of player that like would give them the most time and or money. Because player retention and players money spent are almost identical stats. It's just that like money spent means we'll be nicer to this player. Player retention means this player's gonna spend time on this game no matter what we do to them. Let's go, Jetro done. Alright. All this stuff will get worked on when we have double drops. Oh, we have a multi here. Yeah, later. Alright, real quick, we're gonna head to EU. We're not gonna spend nearly as much time as this. But it's just to make sure I'm not overflowing on energy. No, because if you spend money on something, you should get the most out of it. And again, gacha games and anything with a battle pass predicate on that. Like that only makes sense. If you spend $20 to go to a theme park, you're not gonna like be there for 30 minutes and then leave. Like you're gonna get the most out of your 20 bucks. That's not being stupid, that's being a reasonable consumer. But the thing is that that can be a very thin line, and gacha games predicate on being a smart consumer slash getting your money's worth. Okay, never mind. This account, I just want to get a row of May done.
Let us weave the future.
Exactly.
Time for resolution.
Eternal.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Yeah, like this Fate's Day 9 count again. I have 3 months. I am more than willing to dedicate time to
Existence is
get
unity.
these characters willing to do shit, but I do want to start doing endgame content on this
Thus
account
our
now.
fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed.
It would definitely be this
like a
week
wisp
though,
of silk.
not next week because things happened, or things are
lies
gonna
shall be
happen,
revealed.
and along with coming back from vacation,
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
yeah.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
On stuff. Viva. I'm on one. Dump, 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 dump. Baby, we're rocking it. Good cool call.
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Time for resolution.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed. So
Yeah,
fragile,
chat. Honestly,
like
I
a wisp of
really
silk.
want to be just doing combat and not worrying about story. But that's kind of just how it be sometimes. There's a lot. But yeah, definitely for gacha games, the thought of having to wait a week for something is the antithesis of like pretty much any gacha game or gacha player. They want immediate gratification, not delayed. But I mean, if you have fuck you money, you have fuck you money, so it kind of doesn't matter.
Let us weave the future together.
Heartache and doing
Care to dance? Ha!
Existence is unity.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed.
All will be swept away by the wind.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
we can
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed.
So we're gonna have to keep going though, because Bronya needs the same maths. I need to get her to at least 7. But obviously it's not gonna take as long as Rome took. But she is done. In terms of skills, we need to work on relics at a different time though. But yeah, no, it is Lycone time. After Traces though. Yeah, no, definitely work on go back to Traces. Because Bronya needs them.
Let us weave the future.
My friends?
Right.
Indulge yourselves!
Time for resolution. Ha!
Eternal.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I did kind of get a
All
good
lies shall be revealed.
work balance out over last day. I kind of decided like if I'm
So
gonna
fragile,
do
like a wisp of silk.
Honkai stuff like this, I'm gonna catch up on One Piece while I
All
do
lies
it.
shall be revealed.
So yeah,
Thus
I might
our
just like
fates
keep
become
combat
one.
to stream and any boring shit. I'm just gonna watch
So
One
fragile,
Piece
like a wisp of silk.
while
All
doing
lies shall
it.
be revealed.
Just watch it on the couch.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I gotta turn take Rame off here.
Nice. Let us weave the field. Time for resolution. Ha!
Oh. Blooded change.
Eternal. All will be swept away by the wind.
I like that confidence.
Thus our fates become one.
All lies shall be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All lies shall be revealed.
Thus our fates become one.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Right. I think now I start just going back to who? Serval and no, Herda and Bronya. Mm. Right, or we will worry about this count later. Back to the alt, and let's start getting done 3.2. Ooh. Why are we on America? Supposed to be on Asia. The fuck? Also, chat. I checked. Because this, based on where we are, we're like more than halfway done. Through this part of 3.2 for this account. Oh, yeah, also adding on to Cypher being quantum nihility, it also means that like your party comp, like unless Silver Wolf get buff comes somehow, it's easier to get on element and thus get the right rest shred.
Glad to be of service.
Alright, Acheron's gonna be out. We're just gonna try and speed run through this.
Go back whence you came. Go back. Ahead. What a beauty.
This is a eulogistic butter. In Idonia, some others think of them,
The second theory.
perhaps.
Oh yeah, and also something that I was thinking of
These shadowy
while I was
figures. Are they illusions
like just
reflected
at
by
my
the
brother's
river of
house,
soul?
or not my brother's house, my
you
parents' house.
Want to buy any fish?
It feels like this
Wait, I'm not selling my
storyline
fish
is
to
starting at the
living
end of
people.
Ragnarok.
You
Ragnarok.
are too shameless.
Could it be that
We're not at the end or like the start of Ragnarok. My Norse mythology isn't that good.
So
It sounds like cursory stuff.
I can
But it feels like we're at the point
Apology,
where the
please
old
relax.
gods are dying.
this
I knew it?
Phynon is
These
going to
people
bring
aren't
the memories
illusions. They're
of
supposed to reach the end of the
Aglaya,
west wind by
Anaxa,
floating down the
Castris,
river of souls.
Tribi into the new world, and then
Yet they have
the
floundered upon the
gods
shores of the
that
stream.
are
Did
already dead.
Thanatos-
Why are you identifying as a
I have no idea. This circumstance.
Like
Hang
will be
on.
reintroduced to
Didn't
them,
he say? Could it be that if something could
like
well-
Hyacinth,
Wait a minute.
or not Hyacinth,
That's me.
Hyacinth or whatever it
Could
is,
it
the one
be
that's
that-
DOT.
I could.
It's because of vile living creatures like you that we're being misunderstood by all of them.
What else am I supposed to do? Did you see those two blood?
Then why have you come?
Hey, I'm not here to aid. But, it's about that boy who defied death.
Lord Mighty?
Oh, right.
Lady Cypher, if Lord Mighty is also somewhere.
Don't worry. Ornyx's rune of recollection. Hey, over here!
Seek, and you will find.
Ornyx's miracle has appeared.
Amazing! It's like we're inside a giant bubble. Even the river got parted.
There are wandering souls of the deceased here as well.
Ah, by the look, since the current campaign,
Foreign war.
a priestess, a war.
What?
A campaign. Who are you campaigning against?
Nobody knows of the scouts that went ahead. As for the rest of the
An unprecedented.
it's
A world that has an. May I ask?
though he returned to Styxia. He said that he witnessed
Styx.
It all sounds
Sir, could I.
the queen.
Oh, it's the same lines.
Leave it to me. Sir,
Styxia. This cannot.
Oh,
sir,
Maiden of
don't worry.
Cass.
Is this?
Well then, why should I... Holy Maiden.
Wait, I don't quite
Since the prophecy... However,
I cannot deny your claim. I was agreeable to that request.
but why?
I am unable to rid myself of this innate curse. However, from this day,
I see. They have shifted.
and yet,
That's because I've woven many. Tidy up your precious gum.
I didn't think.
perhaps, but but
Could these dead monsters actually be?
if ladies,
Ah!
even Thanatos, these traces seem to suggest. Since the realm of, please stay back. Let me deal with these enemies.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
More seasoning. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Ready for another?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Another blood debt repaid.
The path ahead is blocked by the River of Souls again.
In that case, let's go back to the past. This miracle sure is handy. If Dan Heng was around, he'd definitely be able to raise the waters of the River of Souls into the sky.
If Lady Hycelins was still alive,
There we go.
I think she might be able to
Hycelins.
do that too.
The one in Sim Universe that makes DOT like fucking goated.
You seem to be able to discern both the past and the future.
Yeah, but mostly because this is my ult, like, I don't care about, like, any even missable
Oh, this
shit.
place.
Like, no.
Must have been a beautiful courtyard in the past.
Please excuse. Oh, and you. I'm sorry. That's because. Why? If you could see, but I did not
But
expect.
my
Cersei's
time
above.
is
I'm
important.
sorry.
I do
That's
have a
all right.
life.
Cersei's above.
It may
Does
not
this
seem
count
like
as
I have
thinking till the
one,
moment
but
I
I
die?
definitely have a life, chat.
I have seen for some people.
I need
But-
to, otherwise I
Cap,
couldn't,
yes.
like, tolerate myself.
This is a wish, but I've never been more.
Wow. This place is so... That's fine and all. Do we need...
But how should we get up there? The path is blocked yet again.
Oryx's 8 always appears in times like this. How convenient. Look, there's even a platform lift over there.
I'm just gonna follow the directions and just speed run through this. I don't usually play like this, but I do wanna not make this
The
take
chest of
forever.
the past has been left behind, but none of its treasures remain inside. suddenly loses its effect.
Ma'am, do you really want me to answer that?
Stay back. Don't come near me.
Huh? Or is he actually scared of his own extraordinary power?
There's no need to be
You have a point. While this might once...
You've misunderstood us.
My goodness. I'm sorry to have bothered... Wait a minute.
It's a...
Thanatos?
Is it possible that...
Death.
Pollux.
According to the warriors under the... But they saw a girl...
Pray tell.
I've heard that the queen's passed for whether this rumor is...
You have my thanks for the Please, treat this touch as a token of my...
Thank...
This is his...
Then you granted
I did it out of
sympathy?
That young man was favored by Talantin. He could rely on that move.
You feel that...
Yes. That's why he approached me.
You are perhaps...
I've seen the people. They had such proud perhaps deaths of...
I won't refute your beliefs for... It's a fairy tale from foreign lands. A tale told...
What? That means...
I've already had an inkling for... My memories only...
Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Always.
It's...
Oh, this is...
Living ones?
Oh, did you hear about the great...
Great work?
Have you heard of the great... During the age of...
But... didn't...
Oh. Looks... Well, it's true that the missing...
So... This is... The deceased are supposed to...
That's right. That final ingredient...
Huh? What's going on?
I know that I am no...
This...
We had been instead of someone able to... That child, please.
I promise.
My Fagusa above as her mother.
Oh, like how Casterus.
That's...
The sound's back.
Living ones.
Black Miss.
Yeah.
Please fight them with caution.
How you doing?
Not to suffer the same fate
I'm
as
doing
those
good.
black-tide creatures.
I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry. I'm not even gonna try.
Hide behind me.
Sorry, not sorry on that.
Network
GG.
activated.
Got it.
Time for
All right,
good old
GG.
counterattack.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Oh, there's so many of them. How are we holding up? Ready for another?
Yeah.
Network
I'm gonna...
activated. Time for good old
I pretty much got most of this patch done on the normal alternate account, like done yesterday. If I have time, I'll start
I weep for the departed.
working on the one specifically for Face Day Night lab, but I don't want to get to the point where I don't want to play the game.
Lord...
On main, I play for Castrus, E0S1.
I will find.
Lord Mighty.
I'm the
But this account, I wanted
Seems like he's...
Zhao Chou.
Seems. Lord Mighty. We're
Mostly
headed for the
because this
Matrix.
account mostly focuses on making Acheron better.
That's right.
Let the person who is...
Cass.
but this is more a free-to-play account, and on the plus side, apparently Jing Liu is gonna get buffed. I don't know if that means I should be pulling for Caceres though.
Stream 4.
This account, I really don't want that to be the case. Like, the main appeal for a gacha game is that no one is ever gonna have the same exact experience with a gacha game. Like, everyone is going to play it completely different. It is literally impossible for anyone to experience it the exact same way. But at the same time, it's not that much of a difference to like really matter. But I would prefer if my accounts were like significantly different from one another. Otherwise, what's the point of even doing an alt account if you're just doing the same thing over and over? You got Caceres with you. Nice. Nice. Yeah, no, Fu is a character I would want on... Like, this account is mostly...
Don't forget to let your friends in on the...
This account is free-to-play, but, like, smart free-to-play. While the other one is go all in for Fate Stay Night. Like, try to honestly get E6 for whatever character I can. Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Life is a puzzle in and of itself.
What is it? No problem. 7-2. Zero. You do 5. Okay. Mighty. This is you after 7 months. You are spending way too much. Yeah, you're spending way too much time at lower Trailblazer level. Like, you definitely need to be pushing forward. Yeah, like, I know it sounds like I'm, like, out of it, but 100%, if you're, like, 7 months in, you should be, like, way further than this. Just giving you an example, like, and I'm not trying to, like, put you down or anything, this is the account I'm about to bring up is, we'll get the exact days on here, but the lower you always want to be progressing your world level in any kind of game like this. You never want to stay at a lower level and try to like max out everyone you possibly can before you progress, because the rate you get better is always like faster at the higher levels. So this account, let's see it, earliest date, February, January. Yeah, I made this in January, so 3 months. And I'm a higher level than you. So like literally it means that everything I use my energy on is gonna give me more stuff than everything you do. So based on that, like if I play the game for a year and stayed on this level, and you play the game for a year and stayed on your level, it doesn't matter when you started. If we have the same exact logs, I would have more shit than you. My characters would be better built than you, and I would be able to do more stuff than you, so I would get more stuff every single patch than you would. Like MOC.
Do you want to enter the forgotten?
Like I don't have this stuff done like at all, but these are level 55. My characters are mostly level 80. If you've ever played Pokemon, it's pretty much like that. It's like your Charizard hits a level 100 Venusaur with Blast Burn when your Charizard is at level 50. Your opponent swaps out their Venusaur for like any water Pokemon, hits your Charizard with Hydro Pump, and that also like, and that other character is like level 80, your Charizard's dead. That's kind of the situation we're at. That is pretty much my number one advice. The higher level your main thing is, the more you get per run to ascend characters better too. So at level 60, every ascension node you do gets you like 3 mats per run. So your 30 energy gets you 3 things. At level 65, and it's not even that much harder. You just pull from your support list essentially. I get 5, so my 30 energy gets me 5. So not only does leveling characters happen faster, them getting stronger happens faster too. Pretty much just take advantage of your support lists. Don't ego and say, oh, I'm just gonna use my characters for it. It's like, no, like use your friends. They get a little bit of money and you get free shit pretty much. And you just clear through the game faster. Like, if you're not a streamer, it really, really doesn't matter. But yeah, I really don't want to like judge relics and everything for 4 stars, when they're like not level 80, because like yes, if you put level 15 relics on level 60 characters, they'll be able to do shit, but at the same time their relics are percentage based, so 1 times 40 is 40, but 3 times 40 is 120, right? The higher the starting number is when you do multiplying, which is literally anything that has to do with math and like stats and stuff, like you always want every number to be as high as you want, as high as it possibly can be. You never want one thing to be like super low if it means everything else is going to be low. Yep. I hope I'm making sense, even though I'm like,
but I've never repaired.
Not exactly sober. It's more like
it's still up to me to.
You can only do this so many times, and I have other stuff I need to get done. And I'm just like, it's either I do this while watching One Piece, or I do this on stream. And I'd rather just chill with people than be by myself in my apartment.
Please come a little closer.
Aren't I a good fit for Orynyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever.
But I'm also a pretty math
alchemical
person,
matrix
so
should be behind this door.
For the YouTube videos, people kind of get what they get.
It's little Cass, Trian.
This is...
It really, just like the other
Yup, but Trian believes so. Trian has been...
Oh, it must have been...
But according to what Trian promised, so little Cass, don't cry. We finally...
This is what Lady the gift for me.
The Holy Maiden.
Trian spent a lot.
It's serious.
Little Cass, but little Cass no longer...
Only now, it's the first time I've gained, the first time I wore a dress. Looking back at all these experiences, I took countless if I had known.
Yeah.
Trian says yes. Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a picture with little Cass.
Sadly, being
like I'm a firm proponent that if you do not like a game, and but like if you don't like one part of the game, but you like another part. It really depends. Like if one part, if one part is so bad that you can't tolerate it, just don't play the game. But if you really enjoy the other part more than you care about like the part you don't like, just do something you do like while doing it. Like Honkai specifically, if you don't like the Yap sessions. Go watch something you like and just like tap the screen of your phone,
you
tablet,
said
computer.
That fate is not the flowers that bloom
if you're
at
on
the
the
end
computer,
of the road, but where people
try to just get this game on your phone and just watch like anime, your dramas, whatever you like, and just like you can probably get through this like
for bringing me the final key
in a day if you really don't care about the story.
Why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon This gift of yours will become the key to saving me.
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely!
Like, at the end of the day, this is a free game. If people are gonna complain about a free story, that's their prerogative. If time is a huge, like, if time is literally money for them, I truly get it. If time is not a factor for people's enjoyment, like, it's just like they like to read, they like to just.
If I go any further, I might lose myself.
Watch a story.
I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living.
But yeah, I get it. Yeah, sessions. I get it. I get why people wouldn't want to.
I seek not to enter the door to the nether realm. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision.
Alright.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even I will continue to fight till I die. Then
But like,
rise from
I view
death
Honkai Star Rail as a visual novel first,
descends.
and then a gacha game, much like FGO, and it's like,
There is one more thing.
I came here to
you should
read a
know,
story,
Lord Mighty.
and then the gameplay is just like on the side to do when there's no more extra
Professor
story.
Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova.
And then once there's no more
You
gameplay,
and I
I'll just be a little more
Maybe.
casual. Simple as that.
I see.
I said, what ho? What's what up? Alright. I'm going through something like.
Is that all?
Are
Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Do you have
We'll go to the bathroom
a strategy
and
to
get more
shatter the
food.
shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. We need to insert Aquila's sky, Georios' earth, Kethali's fire, Fagusa's ocean, and Nestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious after all.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kethali's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them. The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. And my sister, whom I never met, became the Titan Thanatos of this cycle. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire world. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything. They died for me, and now lie in slumber in the River of Souls.
You mean... Pollux?
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world. And that's why... we have to awaken Pollux from death before we can retrieve the core flame of death. We have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you heard the sighs?
I heard them too. So what are those?
I think it's probably the sign of Pollux's wish being fulfilled. They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay. They never saw their that wish.
So
we were instead...
But all of this is...
That's fine. Now, I shall reveal what they have been... Lady Trianne has already... Then, let the ritual begin. And now, such is what Professor Pollux... But, if Lady Almanette...
Did she recognize...
I'm afraid she is just... Please, go on.
Yes.
There's no need to...
The world...
I understand that you... But you no longer need to hide
so
that
definitely
story.
tomorrow morning.
I can assure you that...
well... In that
I want to
case,
do a lot of farming on FGO just to get the proofs ready.
From where?
Indeed. Journey's an epic, so but I still can't take that as...
Then maybe I start JP on this.
Please enlighten me.
I don't know.
Your words might truly guide...
You and...
Love.
No one, the so-called, perhaps the people, but instead...
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but...
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason. If you...
I understand our limited lifespan, Justia's love. If the world was bereft of death, and I... Thank you, Mother. I will use all the love. My teacher, Anaxagoras. Grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
God damn it, does it even let you use Casterus? That's some bullshit. Right. Right. So take off Japard for Gallagher.
Refusing the toast? I'm honored by your... Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
How familiar.
Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
How about letting the enemy strike first?
And I know you're anxious. Shh.
Ready for another?
Don't be afraid.
I'm honored, but since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
In the mood for another beating?
Another journey begins on the still waters of oblivion.
It's better to make no move.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back.
They seem to fall.
More season.
Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them.
Data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Please, don't
There you go.
turn back to the nether realm. Oh, death. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help, I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted, but I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm. Please take me to where the core flame of death. I'll be going now. They may look scary, but as long
What's wrong?
Are you...
What's wrong with her?
Her time is almost up. If I don't go...
What? Oh no! Is there...
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam. Mem, stay here and keep a close...
Alright. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any... That's not funny!
It's a deal then. Please. Wait for me.
After all that,
No mistake.
you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you, Polixia?
Do you remember me?
I don't have the memories from that time.
I see. Call me Thanatos. However...
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact and look off into the distance. Just like...
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do,
Where should I begin? I suppose We can start from the beginning. A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god that fate was.
That trial was indeed
Then you should already know that my sister, but I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I reshaped my system. But our fates were already aging is an unbreakable law of nature. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand...
That's why the Hand of Shadow...
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands, but the half of Thanatos that represents life, the Undying...
Then... what about you?
As the half of Thanatos from then on, I Titan also no longer... What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death instead. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another. We walked different paths.
I had a hope. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well.
Even though I forced the...
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing. I wouldn't have understood the
meaning of our...
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land. That's why Thanatos can... Because the life and death of...
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You, too, must have had a difficult life. We've taken quite a ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw. It's been far too long. I always hoped I would see you, but...
I know. You don't have to. So, our responsibility as Thanatos, let's tend the field to... What do you think?
Yes, you shall wither. And as foretold by the prophecy, our fated moment. Yes, just like before, but unlike that time. Yes, complete your trial in this life. You've been tempered by life like a raven butterfly.
I will. The cycle of life and death will flow.
Just one last thing.
Of course.
Please.
I promise you. Meet in the next world. Even if I have endured another reincarnation. Even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born.
Casterus, you're as beautiful.
will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Time
go
flies.
shopping this week.
In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand. When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
We get it for another omelet yesterday, but I made the move for
no need
cheese.
to ask so many.
Then why do you drag such hard?
I couldn't.
Oh.
I know myself.
And well.
Should I?
The hour of the
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer.
You were saying that Amphorius's history is cyclical.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one, they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador, and for all the pains I took to reach this point, that is, until I met a girl named Polixia and her sister. If Castorus was truly sent from the past to the present,
I've honestly been pretty bad about
then having lived through
using
two
the ham and cheese I buy for
if the twins
like
of
breakfast food, but like I just haven't been waking up early enough for it.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. Besides, I, Anaxagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come. Let us go and teach those pathetic words. Fine. So...
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no purpose.
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world to an assembly like this?
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate, if I recall.
So...
No, I don't. Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. Listen up. I'll see you still have time. So tell it to those begging for salvation.
Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
Who will you be voting?
That'll depend on how well...
Is that all?
Actually, don't necessarily mind things remaining the way they are.
Elders and citizens, silence. Finding of ID.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end?
Can this dude really?
By Kephalie above. Dear as you look upon me, I see your fear. Yet, before you—
What?
Hydes Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgot. How I wish I couldn't, because she and all that she nurtured. I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect Galba. He was a hunter. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. They kept saying the same thing over. Why, fine? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akima to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the three, much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his— By now the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akima still a picture of peace?
Exactly! The city of Akima— No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaia will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akima's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly, we once took so much pride in.
You insolent whelp! How dare you!
It is true that Aglaia has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. All while these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akima. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded— They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a— Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, make your judgment, then turn your gaze. Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaia, Trebios, and this vow, a steadfast and unwavering promise that's—
Absolutely right. The crisis heirs have only our best interests in mind. I still don't understand it. You will never believe our succeed. Our oaths have to end. So,
At the present time, each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting in—
As expected. This is the moment when the flame—
And now, it's—
Is there anyone else who hasn't—
No, you're—
I have long since—
Very well.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius, I, Anaxagoras, am ready to... But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady, will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly regarding...
In the interest of fairness, I may
Very well. I thank...
What's he doing?
The stakes are high.
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget that I...
Just vote already.
Right.
What are you waiting for?
Your vote. Cast your vote. Cast your vote.
Alright, I need like actual food.
I cannot help but wonder,
And now,
is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso? Accompany me on this final journey. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision. We need only to follow the sound of the tides. You are...
Well done, child. Just as I foresaw. You have achieved great things.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir. But...
you cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne. Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge ahead. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor, Anaxagoras, I say, go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again with the truth before us.
You have my word, sir. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now. May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world, I shall write the final step of my proof. For this place is but one step away from the truth.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else!
I have deciphered the truth of this world.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali and Talentin above, as the Theoros, I have observed.
No! Lygus, you can't! Onyxa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind?
Alright, we are on the home stretch for this match.
You put on
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. If you really because I alone.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witness, I have observed.
You!
It seems not everyone is by your leave.
Elders and citizens, your attention, please.
What is this perform?
Just moments ago, but I regret to say that I still harbor. Tell me.
Nonsense!
No one? Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well. You. No? Fine.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your
Hey!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this. Your speech was filled with such...
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you... Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare... everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true! Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the... All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is your blasphemy!
It's impossible.
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you, even in our next lives? Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you fast, I shall be kind and indulge you.
My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with a god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods!
The catalyst. We're carefully evolved.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his actions. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon.
You!
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fair. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akima's Codex, as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield it.
The honor is mine.
How is this permitted?
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akima's first, Elder in the names of Talan...
Curse you!
Now, in the names of Talantan...
Professor...
Let him die. Let him die. Let him die.
What decision will you make, Lady Goldweaver?
Enough with the hesitation.
Let him die!
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talantan on high, may you bring death upon him.
Let's go. Last part.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castrus while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends. Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world. These flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world... Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emphorius to... Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the Netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our... Rest assured, defying death is Thanatos' divine authority. Fortunately, your soul hasn't dissipated. This is not a resurrection, but the extradition of a dying person back. Just like the other demigods, I will stay. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If you're determined, please consider this a one-time exception. And for your life, the only life I can save. I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
I believe in you.
Please, I beg you, look back for me. A warm embrace awaits you.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us to war tomorrow!
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
All of this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the past. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain. Over here, friend! Take my hand. Let's go home.
Let's go.
At last, your soul is still perfect. Is it Ornyx's? Perhaps it is fate. It seems that this is the riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the river of souls is winding its way through the depths of my spirit, transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy I promised you? I can finally the wish I once sought. Every touch, every embrace, they will radiate. The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth? One last time. Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the Netherrealm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
That grand and absurd performance.
I gave up. You, on the other hand.
Crave power.
Those are your...
But what you said...
I may have lost...
That's true.
So, may I resonate with...
Please do.
That's...
Just as you find. Until fine and grow.
I've long predicted this was the case. But I didn't think you'd already lost so much. How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before. But casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Finan.
Yes. Sadly, he is a man.
Congratulations on it.
When you put it that way.
Glaya, we're back. Come welcome our great hero.
I hope he...
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
I'm glad... But I don't see Castris among your number.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself. Trinin, please recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they return. And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead, and reborn among mortal kind. She is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in her good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
A constellation for death.
For life and death.
Look! It's...
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of Casterus. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright in its flame. Do not forget.
I won't.
Professor, you...
What's with that look? So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't...
You never change, do you? I don't understand.
Of course there's a point. It goes without saying. I'll find a way.
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from memory could never be the same as the original anyway.
Then allow me to tell you right now that you're wrong. What exactly are... So, what the very essence of the world? Is that correct? Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. But we have someone who will still live on with his perfect memory. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world so, and especially Anaxa. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone. May we meet again in the next life.
Farewell, great performer. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall
Oh, so that... Oh, Circes.
Well, you...
That is true.
But I do still have...
What is it?
As you've so bold... If that is the case...
But we should allow the children of humanity...
Rejoice, Circes. I sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Thankfully, she's still alive. Was March 7th, but she still woke up.
Right.
I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked. Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone loses their ability to remember? Unfortunately, short-term, but an individual who is... The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the driving force behind the continuance of this path. The past is therefore... Is Miss Himiko... In other words, that's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Emporius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the Garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example. A world that can only... They might unleash... I chose to remain... You can be even bold. I cannot be certain. I am deeply... Miss Himiko. Let me take back a part. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I haven't... It's fully...
Oh, how I never expected a mere... What's even more...
This lady...
Alright, last part of
What are you
3.2.
two...
Please.
Let's get back to the topic. Not only does this person... I searched through her conscious... Since I'm not able to find any...
You're planning to...
Yes, but not in the... See these Herda mirrors? But of course, these corners.
I see.
Although that star zone is not with. Then sit back. All right. Now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work. First mirror, as you the preparation. Second, this time. Third mirror. Good question. Forget it. Preparation of the data spot refraction at max. Excellent.
Have a safe trip.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Spatial warp activated.
Oh! Second mirror. Alright. Can't you hurry?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be. Let's see. What's this? Oh, how esteemed. What's this? Oh, it moves? It's either a projection or a fake.
My deepest.
Who's there?
Right.
You'll visit, although not part of my
At the end of this dialogue, we are done with 3.2, and we got done relatively quickly.
In place to receive you with the hospitality that
Are you not going to answer my question?
I have many Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus.
It's okay.
But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information. However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought, this is the entrance to Amphorius. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors so easily.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still, but my answer...
Let's assume for a sec. How do you play?
Within the scope after filtering.
Oh?
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is just like you, I have basked in the gaze of...
Oh? No wonder I couldn't find a back door.
I assume that you still...
Of course.
Third, you will surely give up.
But since you put it that way...
It concerns the third path, the destruction. You will break the...
Thank you.
The taste of celestial. The sea. The sea is right here.
get these done.
Is this courtyard?
All right. Alright, we're gonna skip through this. But I think I am gonna end stream now and just get 3.2 done on my Faith Stay Night account while just like catching up. Like again, not catching up, but just like watching One Piece. And just speed up that process.
Before people pack. This is what she bring apart from
To die.
All right. Are you fucking kidding me? We're at 75, or no, 72. Or no, like 78. I'm calling it here. I don't want to summon until I get more stuff about like Cypher and shit. But we'll definitely work on this before banners reset. Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on the Face A9 account so I don't have to bore chat with that. Peace.